Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow.
Most of my audience are typically business people, a lot of them leadership, and this would be new to them. So what would you say to them?
I mean, one of the ways we're trying to bring it to larger systems is through coaching, training coaches like you. And coaches are finding lots and lots of excitement in the leaders that they're working with about the model. And as you say, at first it seems kind of foreign. And there are some coaches who have translated it better than I can to that world. But basically, what I'm saying is that most CEOs or people at the top of corporations got there because of the kinds of parts that we've been talking about. They're very striving and working constantly and worried about perfectionism and can be overbearing. And those parts aren't so great when it comes to leading something. And so just the idea that's just a part and it doesn't have to run things, that it can be helpful, but that it can trust what I'm calling self, and that self leads from a very different place. So I mentioned, I think, three of the, what we call 8 C word qualities of self. I think I mentioned calm and confidence, but anyway, the 8 are calm, confidence, curiosity, and then compassion and clarity and creativity and courage and connectedness, all of which are wonderful leadership qualities. And that's in everybody, that's inherent in us. And when leaders lead from that place, they still get a lot done. It's not like you were saying that, when you unburden certain things, you don't want to do much. But self has a kind of vision for what needs to happen. And if it's in a company or whatever, and when you lead from that place, people feel it. They just feel the difference in the atmosphere. And self is contagious. So it brings forth those qualities in the people around them. And it just creates a very different kind of organization. Now, people are lobbying for a 9th C word, which is choice. And I resisted it because it's unlike the others. It's not a quality, really. It's an action. But it's really what you're describing, that when you realize it's a part, you have a choice as to whether you want to have it run things for a while or not.
Yeah.
So like you said, it's okay if it does for a while. But as long as you know that's what's happened, and you know that in some ways it has its drawbacks, and that you can choose to get it to step back at any point.
I think even just acknowledging that piece and naming it and giving it the attention that it needs and the time that we don't have to force anything really anymore. You know what I mean? It's so much harder to do a lot of times than said, but parts are going to do what they're going to do. It's
Right.
if they get what they need, they relax.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
almost also feel that there's only one C word,
What's that?
connection.
Yeah, at that higher level, that's true.
It's just one, and everything else is basically a symptom of connection to an extent,
Mhm.
right? Like calm. When we're connected, I'm calm.
It's true.
So it's, when I'm connected, I'm confident.
Yeah.
It's almost just one to me.
I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, and that's the way I've come to see self, that it isn't just this individualized essence in us, but that it's a drop of a much bigger ocean. And if you can feel into that ocean, you feel that level of connectedness.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a drop of that ocean, and everybody's connected to everybody else. And there's somewhere in there you kind of hold on to that realization.
If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.